So that's it. There you have it. Those are the 8 steps to building your own marketing plan. And just to review them again, first, you start off with your why, articulate your passion. Then you move on to knowing your who, understanding your audience. Then you move on to your what, crafting your offer. Then you move on to your how, developing your messaging. Then after you get those 4 foundational pillars articulated and you have really good descriptions and tools at your disposal that explain those 4 foundational pillars, you can move on to the tactical application of those foundations with your first building your audience through lead generation. Then you can nurture your audience. Then you can figure out how to systematically satisfy your customers so you're always making sure you're solving their problems. And then finally, leveraging your customers to continue to grow your audience and continue to do more lead generation. So there's the 8 steps to building your own marketing plan. In closing, I just want to leave you with 2 thoughts here. First, good marketing isn't easy, but it's worth it. And you can make it easier on yourself by setting realistic goals and expectations. This is one of the biggest things that I think every business owner struggles with. But just like with most things in life, it takes a lot of time and hard work to see consistent results in marketing. And when you start, especially, it may feel like you'll never gain traction, you'll never figure out what works. So to establish a solid strategy, you need to understand the role of each of your tactics. So just like when you're building a home, you need to know the role of the plumber, the role of the electrician, the carpenter, painter, etc. You have to do the same thing with marketing. You need to know what to expect of your advertising, your SEO, your social media, your website. It's unrealistic for the average small business to expect to see immediate sales from just a few months of content marketing, because content marketing is a long-term tactic. But it's entirely reasonable for that business to expect a few $100s of Facebook ads that leads to like a clearance page, a valuable lead magnet, an event that they're hosting to generate traffic and leads. So you need to understand what results you can realistically expect to see and how long it'll take to see the returns. And then you need to establish your budget accordingly. Also, good marketing takes both time and trial and error to figure out what works. Long-term progress and growth should be your marks for success, not immediate sales from 1 or 2 months of trying a new tactic. So focus on where you want to be, 1, 2, 5, 10 years from now, and then use the present to take the steps to get there. Spending time to build a good strategy doesn't necessarily make marketing easier, but it does take a lot of the guesswork out of the process. It gives you confidence, it gives you direction, and it also gives you a filter to figure out what works best for your business and for your ideal audience. So long term, you can get better return on your efforts. And second, and this is a big one for me because I am a perfectionist, but don't let perfectionism keep you from starting to improve your marketing. Good marketing is not built overnight, but it will never be built at all if you don't start somewhere. It takes trial and error to figure out the right messaging, to figure out what gets the best returns, to consistently generate leads from a campaign. So when you're starting, expect not to have a ton of engagement. Expect to have just a trickle of traffic to your website. Expect to have only a handful of people on your newsletter list or in your first webinar. Expect to struggle and to mess up sometimes. Despite what the marketing gurus may lead you to believe, this is 100% absolutely and completely normal. Why? It's because marketing's an iterative process. You're not perfect all at once. You're constantly growing and building on what you did in the past. So that means don't aim to launch a 20-page website right away. Just aim to have a smaller site with really, really well-crafted content and then build when it makes sense. Don't expect your first ad campaign to get, results of hundreds of purchases. Aim for your first ad to just get you benchmarks. Don't push out 3 blog posts a week. Just consistently publish once or twice a month. And eventually it'll build up. You'll get that snowball effect and you'll have a massive site. Just work iteratively, build on what you've done in the past, learn what you've done in the past, and just expect it to grow. Progress should be your goal, not perfection. So don't aim for perfection. Aim for that consistent growth, sustainable progress, and most importantly, humble learning. Start with that good foundation, but be ready to pivot and grow as you start implementing your plan. Like everything in life, your marketing will mature as you learn and as you grow, and you will reap the rewards in the end. This is what everyone aspires to. You want to have, you get 10 phone calls a month from local search results. You get 12 leads from an email newsletter. You get 15 new customers from a referral source. You typically get 30 from a website. But to get there, you have to start. You have to start somewhere. Then you have to just let it mature and grow. So how do you do this? Well, you start. We're here to help you get started. We're developing a new program. We're launching it in August to help you walk through this process to create your own marketing plan. In this program, you'll learn how to develop a solid marketing plan. So all of those 8 steps that we went through, we're going to go through them in detail, and we'll walk with you as you create your marketing plan. We'll also teach you much deeper, like we just touched, but believe it or not, the last hour and a half has just been touching the surface. This program is going to go a whole lot deeper into the principles of marketing strategy and how to develop that solid marketing plan. So you'll also be learning how to find more ideal customers, so that PVP index will actually help you apply it and implement it and develop those really, really solid persona descriptions that will help you build the foundation for your messaging and help you learn how to effectively communicate. And on a whole, after the program, you'll be feeling more confident about your marketing, understanding why specific tactics will be a good fit, and that means no more second guessing about whether or not something will work. This is also a community-based program. We believe very strongly in the power of community and not doing this alone. So it's not going to be just, us leading you through. You can also have the opportunity to join a community where you'll be connecting with other small businesses and nonprofit leaders, find answers to your questions, and establish a clear direction for your marketing. So we have 2 options available in how you can do this. Option 1 is an 8-week group coaching program. We're going to be launching the first class August 1. This is kind of a trial just to get all the kinks worked out before we do a much more in-depth, consistent launch in the beginning of 2021. But if you want to get started now, highly recommend it, primarily because we're doing a discounted offering for this first time. It's going to be half price, so it's going to be discounted at $497. Regularly, it's going to be $997 for this 8-week group coaching program. So if you want to get in on that before the end of the year, you want to get a marketing plan ready to go to start in 2021, highly recommend you go ahead and check this out. You'll be receiving unlimited lifetime access to the course modules and materials. We'll do once a week group meetings to dive deeper into the topics and work through specific sticky points that you and your fellow course takers are encountering as you write your marketing plan. And then you also get access to an additional private community so you can interact both in the weekly meetings and outside of the weekly meetings. Brainstorm, connect anytime with your instructors and colleagues, your fellow course takers. So this 8-week program is going to be best for those who want to get ahead and have a marketing plan by 2021, but also for those who love connection and accountability and love working with other people, as well as those who want to get a head start on improving their marketing. You can learn more about this course at our website, and I'll be sending this link out in the wrap-up email that I'll be sending with the link to the recording of this webinar. The second option we developed because we got some feedback from people who weren't sure they could dedicate the time every week to stay on track, which I understand, especially with school still up in the air with everyone who has kids. So we're also playing around with putting together a second option, and that is an at your own pace course. We're still working out exactly what the details are going to look like, so we don't have an ability to sign up for this right now, but the core elements of the At Your Own Pace program will be the same. So you'll be receiving the same unlimited lifetime access to the course modules and materials, support via email or some other private messaging platform. That's one of those details we haven't worked out. When you get stuck or need help with writing your marketing plan, you just have questions, you need help brainstorming. And then you'll also get the access to a community where you can find that same support from instructors, brainstorm, connect with other business owners, marketing directors, et cetera, who are looking to improve. So this option is going to be best for those who love working independently or those who prefer to work through their marketing plan at a slower pace, because 8 weeks is relatively fast, especially when you're trying to juggle all the other things of owning a business, all the other elements of owning a business or running marketing for a business. So if you don't feel like you have the time to dedicate or the resources to dedicate to the 8 weeks, then the At Your Own Pace course may be a better fit for you. Like I said, we don't have an ability to sign up for it right this instant because we're still working out the details. But if you are interested in this option, please contact me directly at my email address, rebecca@ingeniumbcs.com, because I'd love to know if you're interested, and I'd also like to get your input as we finalize the details to make sure that what we're creating actually is going to meet your needs and help you write a marketing plan at in a way that is going to actually solve your problems. So that's all for the webinar. Thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me at rebecca@ingeniumbcs.com. And you can also learn more about our company and the services we provide on our website at ingeniumbcs.com. So thank you so much, and please let me know if you want to reach out and have any questions.